How's it going, guys? It's K Cars, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to take pictures at night. So today I'm going to be taking pictures of this Dodge Challenger Scat Pack right here, and I'm going to be using my Nikon D5500. If you guys haven't seen my review that I did on my Nikon D5500, make sure to go check that out. It's on my channel. Alright, so as you guys can see, you can't see the car right here because that light is kind of taking up all the light. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to turn on the halo headlights on this car so you'll be able to see more of the actual car. So as you guys can tell, that looks a lot better, and it's going to look a lot better in the pictures also. Alright, so what I do is I always keep my camera in live view whenever I'm shooting at night. And you want to make sure that you have some kind of light source so that your camera can focus on it. Otherwise, you'll have to manually focus. Also, I always shoot in manual mode so that way I have the most control over the pictures as possible. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set my ISO to 100 so that way there's as little noise as possible. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set my aperture to the lowest number that's possible, which means that it'll let in more light because the lens will be wider. So for this lens, it's f3.5. The next thing I'm going to adjust is the shutter speed. So the shutter speed is basically how long your image sensor stays open. So that's how long it's taking in light. So I'm going to start off at, let's say 5 seconds, and we'll see how that turns out. Alright, so as you guys saw, that picture turned out alright, not the best, but in my opinion it was pretty good. So now we're going to try to set the exposure time higher and see what that does. So right now I have my exposure time set to 10 seconds, as you can see. So we're going to see how that changes the picture. It's obviously going to be brighter, but we have to see if it's overexposed or not. Alright, so as you guys saw, that picture, in my opinion, was a little bit overexposed because it took away from some of the colors of the car in the background. So I'm going to try an exposure time in between 5 and 10 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to try 6 seconds for this picture and we'll see how it turns out. Okay, so I think in my opinion, the 5-second picture looked the best to me. That's just my opinion, you might have a different one. So now with the 5 seconds, I'm going to try to position the camera in a different way. Alright, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to shorten the tripod so that way the camera will be a little bit lower and get a different angle of the car. Something that I forgot to mention is that when I take pictures when the car is diagonal like I'm doing right now, I like to have the car in the corner of the frame with the front of it pointing towards the center of the frame. So what I mean by that is I'll show you guys right now. So I put the car in the corner of the frame like that, and you can see the front is facing towards the middle right there. Not like this because the front's facing the other way, but when it's facing the middle, that's what I like to do. One other thing that I think adds a cool effect is having a light just like that shining on the car when it's dark all around. I think that makes it look pretty cool, just in my opinion. So right now I'm going to try to take a picture with the tripod lowered and see what that looks like. Also, I'm using a 6-second exposure time and f3.5 and ISO 100. Okay, so I think I like that angle a little better. Now we're going to try a different angle where the car is head on. Okay, so I have this angle of the car where it's head on like this. Whenever I take pictures like this, I like having the car in the center of the frame. And one other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in. And this will also change your aperture. So for this camera, it went to f5.3. If your camera has trouble focusing, put the little focus box on a light and then it will focus better. So we're going to see what this picture turns out like. Okay, so I think that picture turned out alright, but what I'm going to do now is turn the shutter speed down so it'll make everything darker, and I just like the look of that, so we'll see what that turns out like. So I'm going to change the shutter speed to 2 seconds and we'll see what that'll look like. Okay, so I like that a lot better because it outlines the halo headlights of the car, and you can still see some of the lights from above. but then everything else is a little bit darker. So that's what I like. You guys might not like that, but that's the look I like of cars at night. Alright, so now I'm gonna walk to the back of the car and we're gonna try to take some pictures from that angle. Okay, so for this shot, I'm actually gonna walk back a lot farther and I'm gonna zoom in the camera all the way, and I'll show you guys why in a second. For this shot, I'm gonna have the car kind of in the corner of the shot, and I wanna make sure to include this light that's up there, and I'm gonna set the exposure time to 2 seconds. And the reason that I like having the camera all the way zoomed in like this is that whenever the picture looks far away, that's just the way I like it for some reason. It looks a lot better that way. So that's just a personal opinion. So I'm gonna take the picture and see what it looks like. Alright, so as you guys saw, that actually looked pretty good. The background was completely black and it looked kind of like it was in an alleyway. You could see that light over there, and then everything else was kind of dim except for the taillights of the car. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make it a little bit darker. So I'm going to try 1 second. Set the camera to 1 second and let's take the picture. Okay, so I think that was my favorite shot that I've taken tonight. Just because I like the way that it looks really dark like that. I think it looks pretty cool because it's kind of like it's in an alley. I don't know. That's just the way I see it. You just have to be really creative with your pictures like this. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. If you guys have any suggestions for me, also make sure to comment. I really want to get some tips from you guys. If you have any questions about my camera or anything else, also be sure to comment. I'm going to answer every single comment on this video. Also, make sure to check out my review that I did on this Nikon D5500. This is a very affordable beginner DSLR. And as you saw, it takes really nice high quality pictures. If you guys would like to see more photography tutorials like this, make sure to comment and let me know what kind of videos you guys want to see, because I'm always open to new suggestions and I really enjoy making videos. So just make sure to comment what you want to see. I will have some other videos in the future of other photography tutorials, like how to take pictures of the stars and other landscape pictures and stuff like that. So if you want to see videos like that, make sure to like and comment to let me know, and also subscribe so you don't miss any of those videos. And once again, thanks for watching.